things here. A couple weeks ago, we had a hearing here, and I was engaged with the head of USCIS, and I raised an issue that happened in San Diego of spouses of military members and veterans. They were going in to get interviewed for a green card and were arrested upon their arrival. I just wanted to get your reaction to that. Is that the kind of behavior you think is acceptable?
Excuse me, repeat that again.
It was spouses of military service members as well as veterans. Their spouses were going and for the purposes of a green card interview, but were at that point detained and arrested on arrival.
I haven't heard about this. I've heard of different reports, Senator, and if people are going through the process and trying to obtain it legally, because we do have naturalization ceremonies Monday through Friday in this country, everywhere. We're going to continue working with those individuals. I don't know the circumstances. I don't know.
I'll pass you the details, but it's something that we can talk through. But just in general here, I guess what I'm just trying to get a sense from you is what you think is appropriate in terms of ICE agents being able to operate. For instance, do you think it is okay for them to operate and arrest people at hospitals?
Sir, I will always support my law enforcement doing their job. I don't know the circumstances. If it's a felony warrant that the person's at a hospital, then they'll go pick up the felony warranty, just like local law enforcement does the same thing. And so in general, I think you need to be more specific on what you're talking about. But if you're talking about just doing everyday law enforcement, I think there's a better approach.
Senator, I just want to raise, I just hear a lot of this from my own community about concerns of these types of efforts in and around hospitals, schools, churches. These are things that I hope we can engage on. I know you talked about it with one of my colleagues about polling sites, but these are important discussions, and we don't have clarity on what we are expected to see, and it's causing just an enormous amount of concern and challenge within our communities.
Well, Senator, I don't understand what the concern about enforcing immigration at polling places is anyways, because honestly, if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be voting anyway. So technically, there shouldn't be any illegals at the polling spot. And so, as I've said before, if we're at a polling area, it's because of a specific threat, not for immigration.
Yeah, look, what I will just convey here is it's not just about people who are undocumented. I'm hearing from American citizens that are now feeling like they need to carry their passports around for fear of being stopped on the street. There is a chilling effect that is happening that is wider. I had to give my father-in-law specific instructions in case he was stopped upon re-entry back into the United States. There is real concern out there, and I just wanted to express that to you. Just a couple last quick things here.